Acidic Roots Year 3 finale.
So yeah, I mean, duck hunt, obviously paying attention to the skits and that sort of stuff, but you know, there's going to be a lot more stuff like that. So November, this was where things kind of started to get a certain way, because I was really ready to wrap up 2017. I knew I had enough videos up to that point, so I just kind of did it, and I was like, well, hell, you know, I can get through another 50 days to get this month over with. Because I was excited to show you the stuff that was going to happen in 2018. But one such video that I packed into November was the fart montage, which is my second most popular video. So it has over 600 views now, and it's a treat. You know, I made that out in Kansas City, but you know, I just kind of figured, you know, when I go on these trips, just make a couple farts just to kind of pack it full of some jokes. And you know, Beavis and Butthead was a lot of fun, especially considering that the show actually ended 20 years before I did those videos. So it ended in November of '97, so it just felt good to mess with that. I was really messing with a lot of stuff because I noticed a lot of things kind of went, you know, just ended in 1997. Like Chris Farley and Beavis and Butthead ended around the same time. So much different stuff. I mean, Jim Carrey took 3 years off after Liar Liar to really do anything funny again. So obviously 97 was just kind of the transition between the Clinton years and the George Bush years, which I think everything just kind of got like a tougher image around that time. So that was just kind of the thing. So, but you know, I obviously, that made me wonder, because you know, the changes I went through from that particular time. But you know, that's another story. So, and obviously I just did a bunch of gaming videos. I tried to do some NES stuff because I do want to be known as an NES gamer, an old Nintendo gamer. That was just obviously a lot of fun to do. So, but then December, you know, I started getting some stuff online, and that was of course the Duff energy drink. And when I saw that, which I actually saw that in October, I was hunting like crazy for the Slurm energy drink. I mean, I made a specific video talking about how much I wanted it, but that didn't express how many times I searched and tried to get the shit off of eBay. And you know, eventually I just said, you know, I'm not paying $50-$70 for a 10-year-old can of Slurm that I can't even drink. So that was just of course the thing. So I just opted to get the Simpsons drink, which was pretty fun, but of course it's $10 a pop, and the price is unwavering. They won't lower the price on it. So it was just kind of like, screw it, you know. Dr. Pepper kind of introduced itself and my curriculum, and that was my second most popular, that's my second most favorite drink. Past Red Bull, it would be Dr. Pepper, but then Coke is up there also. So that made a few appearances in December. I started doing the Sugar Plum Fairies song, and you know, I want to make that appear more in November, December of 2018. So there's going to be some Christmassy music, Acidic Roots style. And then of course I did the Tomorrow's Xmas Eve, or the Tomorrow's Christmas Eve video, which of course was one of the top videos by Nintendo Capri Sun's vlog channel. So Nintendo Capri Sun, if you're a gamer who likes YouTube gaming videos, you should know who this guy is. Basically, he walks across the screen in his underwear saying tomorrow's Christmas Eve because it was some dumb thing that he did when he was 7 or 8, in his words. So, you know, obviously it's not some dumb thing, and I had fun doing it. I would love to start seeing some women sit there and do that one day. You could thank Capri Sun for it. And then of course that month was also my 10-year anniversary for playing Halo 3. So that's kind of a more personal one, but really I've evolved past Halo 3. It's just kind of a question of, you know, did it come full circle, and did I enjoy playing it while it was popular? And I think obviously I did. I tried coming back to it across the fall of 2017, but eventually it just got kind of tiresome. So, but then January of 2018 came, and of course, you know, the whole thing there was I was just going crazy with the comedy videos. I was itching so badly for a few Francis skits by Boogie, and I of course had to take forth the setting because I was closing in on 10,000 views, but then YouTube changed the monetization, so that was really kind of crappy. But I just realized that, you know, as long as I'm having fun, I might as well do it. And so I just focused on comedy that month. And I also did some CPU matches where you just watch the computer fight each other. So that was the month where I started that. Really not too many noteworthy, you know, just little affairs back then, but that was what I was thinking. It was more of a progressive month for January. And then February, of course, you know, January 30th is Frenchie's anniversary for his first day of starting vlogs. So we celebrated that, and then we just took into account and just said, fuck it, let's just celebrate the whole month of February. So we did that and made a series of videos, some of which are on his channel. And then Cobalt started coming back, my brother, and really I noticed that, you know, he just had made next to no appearances, and that was kind of a disappointment because I feel like he should have a bigger impact on what I do. So he was there a small handful of times in year 1 and fleeting amounts of times in year 2. So I really started putting emphasis on him. I mean, he kind of is like a big help, so he's kind of like a helper to me. And, you know, obviously he has his own life and shit that he has to do, but I just felt like, you know, instead of having him pop up once every 6 or 8 months, I think he can make time to pop up 2 or 3 times a month. It's really not too bad a deal. So that was what happened there. Just an extra person to the Acidic Roots cast. And then March of 2018, I went to Tulsa. So now we're talking the last home stretch here. Went to Tulsa, tried to do some funny stuff, and just kind of, you know, let it run. I mean, it was actually pretty fun. The reason why we went there was for another Paddlefish concert, but I was just kind of focused. I mean, I really have to get hypersensitive to do these things because I know it's a one-shot opportunity kind of the thing there. So I did that. And then, of course, I started F-Zero that same month, which was another fun LP to do. I tried figuring out some other ones, but I honestly needed an LP I could beat. So the F-Zero series, I can basically beat that whole game except for the Firefield stage, which was a disappointment, but I just said, you know, 99.8%, that's good enough, whatever. I mean, I'm not really a hardcore gamer, so it doesn't bother me too much that I couldn't beat it. I was mad at the time, but I just kind of let go. And then, of course, I started to realize the importance of my Sega videos that month. Just noticing that I have like 4 Sega videos that are doing extremely well. Frenchie has 1. So it was just like, hey, I mean, besides burps, farts, Marilyn Manson, you know, I actually have some extra stuff, and that would be Sega. So that's kind of the thing there. Then April was a real fun month. That was one of my favorite months. Not just one of my favorite videos, but actually one of my favorite months as a whole to do stuff. I did the Make It Rain video with Cobalt, Preston, and myself, the Duck. And we just made it rain, had some fun. I know that there were no women, but it was just kind of a practice run. You know, just kind of saying, if I were to make it rain, what would I do? That was just kind of the whole thing. This, you know, I haven't made it rain, haven't been to a strip club and just flashed a bunch of 20s like some of these celebrities do. Just kind of, we just did our own take on it. Just had some fun with it, just kind of for laughs. And Preston made some appearances, which he was kind of off and on this whole year. You'd have to kind of analyze that month as a whole to understand it. That's just a month that needs more analyzing to really do with that sort of thing. So that's just how it went. And of course, you know, seeing as it wasn't that long ago, it's harder to reflect on it. But yeah, it was just, I found a couple YouTubers that month, started drinking Mellow Yellow, and of course found Baja Blast. That just happened to be the thing. So Mountain Dew Baja Blast, which I had not had since somewhere in late 2016, felt good 18 months later, let me tell you. And okay, so May of 2018. Now this obviously, this had to do with helpers. Cobalt made an appearance, Crispin made an appearance, the Plague Doctor, basically, you'll be seeing him more. And then Kelly, the blonde-haired surfer wannabe, surfer aficionado. Yeah, I mean, all those guys made appearances. It was a lot of fun to work with them, and they're going to be making more appearances. You know, I did some more burp videos. I started realizing that there are just some plain candid fans of burping. So I just said, hell, I mean, there was a point where I was just like, you know, I'm kind of done doing burp videos, but I finally just said, you know, I'll just kind of roll with the punches and get it done. Just kind of do some of these burps and just see what to make of it. And then now, you know, May 2018 was just kind of my B+ month. I mean, that was the thing there. I didn't really have like a superstar video that month, no AAA videos, but it's kind of you getting at my B+ game, which I think some people need to work on. If you're not going to give 100% or 95%, just kind of seeing what it's like when I give 88%, which is kind of what I did. I wasn't aware of it back then, but most people were just kind of like, you know, this doesn't have like a blockbuster attached to it. Like Belch Montage 8, I feel like that underperformed just because some of the characters showed up rather than actually me. You know, I wasn't present for that video. I mean, I was holding the camera, but you know, it was Keith and Booster that made the appearances there. But that's just what you get. And then of course this month, June of 2018, Contra. Very much. That was a fun video to do with Frenchie. That's another one. I mean, we're just NES gamers. He likes the NES. This is a lot of fun. Like some real roommates and just plain good friends that are playing those sorts of things. Played through Contra even though we got game over pretty quickly. Definitely fun. Mad Magazine started coming back, which is going to be making regular appearances now, seeing as I wasn't subscribed a year ago, but I am now. So, and then of course Sonic the Hedgehog, the energy drink, Sonic Speed, that made an appearance. And obviously I'm just reflecting on 10 days ago videos, but Sonic the Hedgehog did that, and of course that will be making appearances in year 4, so you can expect that. And then of course Burger World, you know, Frenchie, you know, we had liked Burger World from Beavis and Butthead, so we reimagined what it would be like to work there. Now obviously copyright would dictate that you can't really do that, but it was just parody purposes. We know I don't actually work anywhere, and neither does Frenchie, but just in joking purposes, just to say that the only true people who work there aren't Beavis and Butthead. It's a little imagination, you know. So that would take care of year 3. There's going to be a little bit more of a finale just to truly say goodbye. That's just the overall reflection of it. Deuces.